Ray McVinnie is one of New Zealand's most respected chefs. He's consulting food director at Bite Magazine, Farrow Fresh ambassador, and he's also launched RayMcVinnie.com with virtual cooking classes, videos, recipes and tips. Winner of several food and travel writing awards, Ray has travelled extensively through Asia and Europe. Kia ora no, Ray. Wonderful to see you again. No mai hoki mai. Welcome back.
Thank you very much. Really glad to be here.
Now, we made a slight change to the kitchen, but otherwise everything's the same.
It is, yeah.
The same thing is that every single time you'll take something and make it magical.
Hope so.
Engari hare te tino uaua, but you are remembering that I'm not a master chef.
Yeah, of course. I don't do anything tricky.
Ka pai.
What's the point?
So what are we going to do today with these gorgeous ingredients?
We're going to make a really simple kai. Basically, I'm going to boil up doing the Italian thing.
He momo hanumitanga. It's kind of like a combination of the boil up we might know, i te ao Māori, in the Māori world.
Absolutely same method. In Italian, it's Bollito Misto, which just means mixed boil up.
And what else are we doing? We're doing a sweet, aren't we?
I'm going to make a really old-fashioned Italian apple cake, which is basically a whole lot of slices of apple held together with a batter and then bake that sucker, really well. First thing I'm going to do is peel these apples.
He mea nui te momo ngā aporo? Is it important what sort of apples
you can use any sort of aporo you want to use. Yeah. Probably not a Granny Smith because they tend to disintegrate into a fluff.
Tīwhiri pai tēnā. Okay, me tapa he hua whenua ne, so we're chopping veggies?
We're going to chop some apples. Now I'm going to make the cake.
Okay, wara yao, better not forget the oven.
Oven 180. Okay, so I'm going to start off with 100 grams of caster sugar and 100 grams of butter. It gets really fluffy and pale in colour, sort of really creamy. So I'm going to put an egg in there.
Kia kotahi noi ho, just one egg?
No, I'm going to put 3 eggs in there, but each time I put one in, I want to really beat it in. So, ready for another egg. Yeah. Think of that smoothness, yeah.
How te hua o tēnei mahi? So what does this achieve to go, beat everyone in?
So that you get everything in the mixture evenly distributed. So I'm going to put the zest of the lemon in here, take the zest off, you know, the peel. A teaspoon of pure vanilla extract, fennel seeds, almonds, baking powder. Stir that up until you've got this nice batter.
Wow, it smells amazing. And you did say I better try some.
Oh no, put your finger in, go on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It's got a really fragrant.
Aye.
Yeah, no, I'm going to put...
And the lemon going on there, and a little bit of crunch of the fennel.
Put that over
wow,
there.
It's amazing. Kare anō kia kai tēnei momo keke. I don't think I've ever eaten something like that.
Yeah. No, I want to dry these off because I don't want to add water to this. I don't want to make it sloppier, and I give it a bit of a shake. Yep. You know, flick off a bit of that water, that's all. We've got a cake tin somewhere too, haven't we?
Aye.
Okay, so all of those go into there. Stir that up, make sure there's no big lumps of mixture. Make sure all the apples have got something to stick it all together with. And then when you get your little cake tin, you want to tip that into there. You should really let this sit for about 10 minutes now. It sort of all just settles down, you know, but just before we, more sugar.
How te hua o tēnei, what does that do?
Makes it sweet.
And a little crunch on the top?
Yeah, it's nice. So, that's all ready to go in the oven.
Nā reira, kia hea te roa I rote te umu. How long are we putting it in the oven for?
40 to 50 minutes. Sometimes it's longer. Depends how juicy the apples are.
Ka whakapaipai so we'll get rid of all of these and go on to our Italian boil-up.
Italian boil-up, yeah.
Okay, hea te mahi tuatahi. What do we do first?
Okay, we're going to get a pot of water boiling because I'm going to put silver beet and this nice sweet stem broccoli into it. Do you want to slice up the silver beet?
Okay.
Yeah.
You don't really want
Yeah, that's the story. So let's drop these into the boiling water. That's the broccoli. A couple of minutes, you know, basically wilt it right down. Want the leaves to wilt.
Aye.
Just there's a few little bits of the white stalks to start getting that a little bit tender. So when that comes back to the boil, I reckon that's done. And some cold water in there. Right, boring job next. Got to peel the potatoes.
Okay, KO then. I can do that.
So a little bit of chopping and, you know, getting ready to go, but the cooking is easy, you know. I got 1.5 litres of stock. We've got carrot, celery, potatoes, clove of garlic, and good old lemon zest.
Kua tai hoki ki te wā mo ngā miti, so we're going to look at the meats as well.
Yeah, so I've got 2 lots of pork here, but these pure pork sausages and a nice bit of pork fillet, because I don't want anything in here that's going to take a long time to cook. And then a chicken breast. What you could do is, have you got a knife there? Yeah, just separate them and just stab them once and
Separate and stab, I'm good at that.
Yeah. And I'm just going to look at the pork fillet because I just want to take this, see all that sinewy stuff off?
Ai.
Because that's a bit chewy.
Engari ka kore a ta tapa here, but you're not going to actually chop them all.
No, you slice it all up after it's cooked. But I do think I better have a look at that cake. Oh yeah, look at this. See what the sugar's done on top? It's almost like meringue. You feel it, yeah?
Kua maroke, so it's got that crispy, hard sort of top.
Yeah, nice.
Nā re karahe take mo te tapahi. We don't cut the meat now.
Don't cut the meat now.
So it all just goes in, is that it?
Yeah, I'm going to put it in right now. Starting off with one chicken breast, which will probably take the longest to cook, and then the pork fillet. There's our sausages. I reckon that chicken breast is the thing that's going to take the longest, and that'll take, at least a good sort of 50 minutes.
Hey, mahi anō tātaua, we've got one more thing to do, just the salsa verde.
Make the salsa verde. So I want a really good slice of sourdough bread. Don't want the crusts. Bread goes in first. Garlic. You want to put your anchovies in there? Yeah. Capers. And then I want about 1.5 cups of parsley leaves, which is about that much. 3 tablespoons of white wine vinegar, about 150, maybe even 200 of olive oil. So do you want to give that a good blast, Stacey? Okay, let's have a look. We have a taste, shall we?
Here, tēnā, how's it looking?
Yeah, it's looking green. That's what we like. But we've got to make sure it tastes right. So have a little taste. Should be sharp, savoury.
Oh, wow.
So that's your sauce that's made.
Brings it all together.
We're going to put that in a little bowl and shove it to one side.
Kua maua ngā miti, so is the meat all cooked there?
Meat's done.
Yep.
So we're going to take that out. So I'm going to turn up the heat, get that boiling, drop the cooked vegetables in there. I've turned the heat right up. Those tomatoes look like they're going to burst. It's ready.
Kua tai ki te wā, so you're basically ready to serve everything up? Ka ahatia te miti, what will happen to the meat, and how you like to serve things up?
If I was at home, I'd have a great big, rather deep platter. I'm going to slice this meat up, put the vegetables around it, then I'd get a ladle and just spoon in some of the broth just to moisten it, and I'd serve the sauce on the side.
And when it comes to the cake,
Lift it up, peel off the paper, stick it on a serving platter, chop it up into wedges, whip the cream, and get stuck into it.
he ua te tatari kia whakamātau, it's actually quite hard to wait to taste it.
I know, it smells good, eh?
It smells good, it looks good. He wheako pai, it's been a great experience.
And have a little bit of that chicken, I reckon. All right.
So fresh and light and tasty. The meat loves it, doesn't it?
The meat loves it. Yeah, it keeps it wet, keeps it moist.
Ka tuhia tēnei tohu tau ki te rai. I'm going to definitely remember this recipe. And so I better move on to the cake.
Oh,
Focus.
you better check out the cake, yeah.
I'm going to go straight for the crunchy end.
Yeah, the ends are good.
Oh, wow.
That's good, eh?
It's so light and it tastes quite almondy.
It's got such a lovely consistency.
Lovely consistency. Engari, ka pauawe iau. I'm going to inhale that.
Make it.
Ngā mihi nui ki a koe hoa. Thank you so much. It's
It was
so
a pleasure.
wonderful. I love it when you come into our kitchen, and I hope that we'll see you again. But we'll always remember these tastes of Italy / Aotearoa.
It's Aotearoa, really it is.